David Goggins, like I think this guy is one of the coolest human beings ever. Um, he's um, he's basically this ex Navy SEAL. Went through really rough childhood. Um, I admire him a lot because like I said, he had a really rough childhood, really rough upbringing, and wasn't like a very um, I guess what's the word to put it? He wasn't like the person that he wanted to be. He was the person trying to
He was trying to please everyone
yes,
else.
please everybody. He wasn't doing stuff for himself, right? He was kind of like the class clown, whatever. And then he had a bunch of life changing moments. His first one came when he realized he was like really scared of swimming and he couldn't, like, he wanted to be in, I think it was the Air Force or Navy. I think
Was
it was
it?
Air Force. I think it was Air Force. And he needed to know how to swim.
Why?
And
You're flying.
maybe it was Navy. I don't remember.
Probably was Navy. It might be Air Force.
Well, he had to learn for Navy SEAL because, like I said, he was a Navy SEAL. So,
Right.
this guy, he failed at that thing, and they made him leave like that boot camp or that training or whatever, and then he like 2 or 3 years was living like a dead end life, and then he realized like, what am I doing with my life? Let me
Stuff
get my life
together.
together. Yeah, literally get my life together. And then he went on this tear. So this guy was like 280 pounds. Like
That's not
he's
good.
about your height or maybe a little shorter, 6 feet tall. But
That's
he was
worse.
280
That's not good.
at his worst. Yeah. And then one of these days, and then like one day he goes and runs a 100-mile race. Right. Now, mind
At
you,
that weight?
yeah. So
That's
mind
silly.
you, before he had done this, there was a period in time when he was in the military. So he did uh buds, which is the Navy SEAL
The
training.
boot camp?
It's like the before the weed out stage of Navy SEAL
I
training.
thought that's just what boot camp is.
No, because for Navy SEALs it's different. Because they literally try to break you on day one. Boot camp is kind of just training in general for enlisted military, but
So boot camp is for the army, and whatever you just said is for the navy.
no. What I said is just for SEALs alone.
Yeah, yes. Oh, for seals.
Yeah,
What's what's the
Bud's
difference?
basic underwater demolition training, something like that. It's basically 2 weeks of just pure hell.
Okay.
Like they literally just you're sleeping 2 to 3 hours a day practically.
So
They're
college.
no, dude. They're like making you hold like planks for, I don't know, tens of minutes. They make you hold boats above your head, logs as a team. Like you have to learn teamwork. You have to learn persistence and determination. Everything. Like if you don't have those things, if you don't have those qualities, then it's not made. You're not made for it. Like they weed you out in that thing. There's this maybe Buds is like 4 weeks long, but there's a week called Hell Week because during that week they literally you're sleeping a max 4 hours that or 5 hours that whole week.
That's
You
fine.
know, that's fine.
I can do it.
Oh yeah, but can you do it while you're holding logs above your head like that are like 100 or 200 pounds with like three other people only?
Question. Are the logs made of cardboard?
Dude, I don't know. I've
Then
never been a Navy SEAL.
then maybe.
So, anyways, it's just really tough training. And so he did it 3 times.
So he should be used to
He
it.
did it. He did it just to do it.
Well, that's
He's
something.
crazy. He's an actual freak of
But did
nature.
he probably failed like the first time.
No,
So he successfully
no,
became
he
a
got
Navy
through it.
SEAL
He
3 times.
Yeah, but he didn't follow through with the rest of the way. I think like he didn't go on any missions. I don't know for sure.
So he probably messed up some other regard.
No, he just stopped. He literally just did it to get past that part of the training, and that's it,
And
and then stopped.
then what was the next grand step in his master
So
plan?
yeah, so what I was saying before is this guy found like ultra running because when he was in the military, when he was like a SEAL, he was lifting a lot. He was a bodybuilder practically.
Hmm.
So I think actually he did finish the whole training, but he didn't go on a lot of missions or I don't know. He doesn't talk about it a lot. You're probably not allowed to anyway.
Yeah.
Um, he was lifting a lot, and so he was 280 at like his height, and he's like, okay, I need to lose this weight because this is
So he
pathetic.
wasn't fat. He was just really muscular.
No, but at 6 feet 280, dude, like if you're not like a professional bodybuilder, then no, he had a lot of fat on him.
Oh, so he was. Then how the heck did he complete that thing?
So yeah, dude, this is what I'm getting at. He calls up this one race director. He said, I want to run your race, Badwater or something. It's like in like close to California or Las Vegas, something like that. And the guy's like, I need you to prove that you could run this distance because the race is like 125 miles that he wants to register for, and like 125 miles straight on foot. And they talk about, yeah, like you can't do it, so you need to do a qualifying race, or at least you need to run 100 miles in under 24 hours. And he's like, all right, let me just find the closest race to me. So he finds one, I think, like a couple weeks later, and it's 100 miles on a 1 mile track. So 100 laps on a 1 mile track,
No, no,
basically.
no. 1 mile track means 400 laps, because he has to do it
No,
one
no, no,
mile.
no. A regular track is 1/4 of a mile, so
Yeah.
that's 400.
Oh, so he was a lap. The lap. This specific lap was a mile long.
Yes,
Oh,
on the track he was running on.
okay.
Fun fact, that race itself was like a relay race technically. So you would the
You weren't supposed to run it 100 straight.
no, you weren't. You were supposed to sign up with a team and run 25 each person.
One man team.
He ran it 100 miles.
Did he get?
He ran it all himself. And dude, like the stories he tells about this race are insane. He runs 100 laps on this thing, like by mile 70 or something. This guy like goes to sit down and he's done. He has no idea what he's like. He's disoriented. He like literally like he just sits down in his chair and just urine down his leg, like he's dead. His feet are bleeding. Yeah.
Or someone else.
No, he was David
Okay.
Goggins. He like his yeah, you get shin splints. Do you know what shin splints are?
No.
It's just like a pain by your shin when you're running a lot.
It's just all overstrained.
Yeah,
And with his weight, it probably.
Oh yeah, and like he broke his feet. He broke like all the bones in his feet.
All right.
Also, like literally like.
Okay, I got the picture, Pete.
Well, can you imagine running so much that you break your feet?
Well, the thing is, I don't want to say it's his fault, but like when you're 280 pounds, you shouldn't push yourself.
Dude, that's not the point I'm trying to make here. But anyways, so he's at like mile 70. He goes and sits down. He's like, how am I going to get up and do the rest? And so he just walks like 20 miles or something, or I don't know. And then he just runs the rest of the way. And like, this guy has
Runner's high.
I guess so.
90,
after you run
90
miles. I guess so. But he found some other gear. And like one thing that the SEALs use, and one thing that I use a lot, and I like try to help, it motivates me a lot whenever I'm like, when I'm in a hole in training and I'm just like in pain, I just tell myself the 40% rule. I just say 40%. The 40% rule is basically like when you feel like you've got nothing left in the tank, you have no energy, you've spent it all, you've only used 40% of what you got. You know? Like you've got a whole other reserve. Whatever you think you've spent out there, that's BS. No, you've got way more left. I promise you, because I know, like, I was on a run. I was doing like a 9 mile run, and I was at like mile 7, and I was hurting bad because I was running at a pretty good pace. I was running like 7:20, 7:10 a mile, and I was just hurting. But I told myself like by the 7th or 7.5 miles, like just 40%, like you can finish this, you know. And so David Goggins, why I admire him is because this guy is like the you could say he's the authority on mental toughness. I wouldn't even say the authority. He's just like an example. Like I feel like I'm pretty similar to him in a way, like when I push myself with whatever I'm really like working hard on. People call me neurotic. That's definitely one thing I get from all my buddies.
What does that mean?
Like crazy.
Oh.
It's crazy because
Okay.
I have a pretty good work ethic, I would say.
Okay.
I'll never be the person to call myself talented or amazing at something, but I will work harder than you. I'm not afraid to admit that at all. Even you.
We'll see. We'll see.
Dude, I've been working out almost every day.
People see.
I actually, this was the first week I haven't, except for week 4, which was like 2 months ago. This is the first week I haven't like really done much because I pulled my back playing tennis a
It's
few
all
days
downhill
ago.
from here, Pete. The rise of Alex starts now.
Yeah, okay. We'll have a competition then.
No,
See
we will.
who does more mileage in a
I'll
week.
beat you in a tennis match. That's all that matters.
No, I don't think so, man. You're gonna have to catch up because I've been working out quite a lot.
Pete, mind over matter.
Mind over matter, indeed. The
My
power of the
my
mind,
mind over your matter will win.
dude. The mind is so useful. I mean, okay. I'm saying like the power of the mind is more than a lot of people give it credit for.
Yeah, but like this might be a hot take, and we'll see if I even leave this in. But your 40% rule, I kind of agree with it, but I also have a bit of a gripe with it. And that's, I feel like when you pushing yourself past that limit, you're using like your like in danger reserves. So like as animals, you usually have that like
Yeah.
moment of life and death where you just like your brain turns on everything so that your body starts using 100% of its physicality.
Yeah.
Because like there are stories of like people who like moved cars, like, and not even like extraordinary people, they're just normal people, but like in a dangerous situation their bodies produces an unbelievable physical feat.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when you use that, when you're using your 40% rule, you're taking away your like life reserves. So when your life and death moment comes, you already used your emergency outlet. You don't have it anymore.
I don't know. Because what you described, I've heard stories of stuff like that too, but that's attributed to an adrenaline rush. Because that's like the survival mode you talk of. It's basically.
But it's more than just it is an adrenaline rush, but I feel it's like even more because it's like a very primal adrenaline rush. It's not like a normal one, because like a normal adrenaline rush can happen, I think, to anyone for anything. If like you can force it too,
Yeah.
because I've done it in tennis matches. But like when your life is on the line, that's a moment. It's do or die. You know, like you're gonna give it everything you have because it's your last chance. You know, and I feel like that reserve, like, man, I don't know anything about the human body, but I feel like I would imagine there's like a biological reserve for like every animal. So when that moment comes, you can unleash it all, because that it's your last chance to do it.
I don't know, man. All I know is that the 40% rule has benefited me when I'm in a dark hole, dark place when it comes to working.
So okay, he finished his 100 miles, broke his feet, his ankles,
Yeah.
and everything. Did he even bother showing up for the second one?
Oh, buddy. The guy ran a marathon 2 weeks later.
That's only 26
Oh,
miles.
dude. You're not going to tell me you broke your feet and then...
Did he actually, or just
Yes,
it
dude.
just felt like that?
Yes. Okay, if you had an Instagram, you would know this, but look him up on Instagram. He doesn't follow anybody, but he has like 5 or 6 million followers. The reason is because he doesn't care like about anyone else, like what they're doing and what he posts it just to like
show people.
just to show people like what you can do if you just put
Is he
your
in
mind to
shape
it.
now?
Dude, he's a beast.
Why did he do that when he was overweight?
He just wanted. I don't remember.
I feel like that's
why.
not good for your heart, even if you're
You
physically
see,
in
ironically,
shape.
he has a really bad heart also. Like he's had 2 heart surgeries. There was at one point there was a hole the size of a quarter in his heart.
Why?
I don't remember, but he was crazy. Like he is crazy, and I love it. I love it about
You
him.
can love it, but I feel like this is also like a good lesson as to like the importance of moderation. I think
I don't know, man. If you're living your best life and if you believe in what you're doing and it's good for you and it's inspiring to others, like who cares?
I don't know. I don't consider 2 heart surgeries good for me.
But do you consider ultra marathons pretty inspiring? Because this guy did it. This guy ran an ultra marathon with broken feet, basically.
It's true.
You know, I mean, you know, a crazy story. On the day of his heart surgery, this guy did a 6-mile ruck run.
What does that mean?
8-mile. It's like
Up a mountain?
ruck run is when you have a backpack on and you're running. So this guy had 40 pounds on his back and ran like 8 miles or something.
That's not that bad.
Dude,
No,
running.
I've run 3 miles with weight vests on, so
Okay,
this was
do
me.
another 5 miles.
Yeah, but this was me like not doing it for like a race. So like if I actually properly trained for the race, I probably would have been more specific towards it and probably would have been able to do it. My
Okay.
point is like this is less impressive than the 125 miles or 100-mile race in my eyes.
Okay, but what if you were having heart surgery?
Well
that day?
then
Oh, yeah, you have nothing to say now.
I have nothing to say except I wouldn't do it. If I had a heart surgery, I wouldn't be like, "Yo, doc, I'll meet you there. I'm running to you. I'm not taking the car."
He could have done that day when he told the story of like the day he was having that heart surgery. He could have just done the ruck run to the hospital. You know,
It's true.
figure. He did this other thing, and I'm actually gonna do it sometime this summer.
Ultra marathon.
No. I'm gonna do an ultra marathon one day, but I need to run an actual marathon first.
Yeah,
That's a long ways away because school is getting in the way. You know what I'm saying?
it's true. But you're a senior now.
No, but he did this thing called the 48-hour challenge, which is 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
So 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
Yes, that is exactly what I just said.
No. But like I'm trying to understand. So could I run 4 miles in 1 hour, take a 3-hour sleep break, run 4 miles another hour?
That is exactly what you need to do, basically.
Okay.
It's like you start the run at 12 a.m., for instance, half an hour run, which is like a pretty decent pace. You have 3.5 hours of rest before you have to hit your next run.
All right.
And you do that for 48 hours straight.
Doesn't sound hard.
Buddy.
What's the difficulty?
We'll do it together.
Okay.
We'll do
well,
it together sometime this summer, and you tell me.
Not
if it
not this
doesn't
summer.
sound-
I need to get in shape.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The ability to run itself,
You
I
hear
need
that,
to.
people? He just said, that doesn't sound that hard. And then he says, no, not this
Okay,
summer.
if I could run 4 miles without like dying,
Yeah,
then
don't be
yeah,
talking
I could.
trash.
Okay, if I can run eventually in my life, what's a good time for 4 miles? Straight.
I would say like under 8-minute pace. So 32. Under 32 minutes.
So 32 minutes. Okay. So if I can run,
I could, like, for instance, I run my 4 miles in about 29. Because I
Okay.
go like
I'm not
7:15.
I'm not going for a record breaker. I'm just going for like okay, like decent. Not I'm not gonna break any records or win any Olympic medals. I'm just gonna be in the race.
Yeah,
Like I'm not gonna run 4 miles in
Sure.
like 4 hours.
sure.
What? That's pretty good. If I don't run it in 4 hours.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want the rest to mean something, you're not going to take an hour.
Wait,
to run
wait,
4
no.
miles.
If I walk, how long would it take?
Dude, no, you got to run.
No. If I walk, how long would it take?
I don't know. How long does it take you to walk a mile? Probably 15 minutes.
So 15 minutes.
So it'd probably take you an hour.
So then I could just walk the whole time.
I just told you have to run it.
You have to?
Yes.
Why?
Because that's the purpose of the challenge, man. Stop
But,
trying to
like-
find loopholes.
But I don't have to.
Stop trying to find loopholes.
Unless I want first place. But if I don't want first place.
There's no first place. There's a million place. It's just run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. It's not that hard to understand.
Or walk a 1 mile. Walk 4 miles.
I'm going to kill you.
I'm not wrong.
Yes, you are.
I want to see the rules. What are they? Does everyone get their own speedometer and they're like keeping
Man,
track of how
oh my
fast
God.
everyone's going? Is there like is this like the movie Speed where like once you start you have to like keep a certain speed up until you reach the finish line?
Dude, you belong in a circus act.
Pete, I'm right.
You're a clown.
Pete, I want to see the rules. There's no rule that says I can't walk 4 miles every hour.
I hate you so
I'm
much.
not wrong. I could technically do it. I could
Oh
I could
my
I could
gosh.
walk 4 miles in 4 hours. I could
No,
just
we'll do it. We'll run. We'll do
Not-
this thing together
not-
sometime this summer.
not this summer. Absolutely not
Why
this
not?
summer because I'm not in shape
Because you're soft.
and I have an exam and I'm applying to stuff
Oh,
and
so
I'm doing
five,
stuff.
So 5 excuses. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
It's true. And I'm
All
gonna
right.
beat you at a tennis match. Make
all right.
it 6.
Okay.